You know how Anker always comes with something new for earbuds? Well, this time they've gone into the clip-on earbuds game. This is the Soundpeats C40i, and this is supposed to be one of the best fitting ones out there. But is it really worth your money compared to cheaper options like the Soundpeats pearlclip Pro and the tozo openearring? Well, let's find out. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Zeus and I test the latest tech gadgets to help you decide which one is actually worth buying. Today, I'm giving you my honest review on the Anker Soundcore C40i, and after using this for a while, we actually talk about its design, comfort, sound quality, battery life, and whether you should go for this rather than the cheaper alternatives. So for the first one we're looking at what's in the box. Anker is actually known for its stylish packaging, and the C40i didn't disappoint. Inside the box, here is what you'll get: the Soundcore C40i earbuds and its charging case, a USB Type-C charging cable. You get the owner's manual. They also have a card to scan and connect with the Soundcore app. Then, here is my personal favorite: extra clips to actually tighten the grip on your ear should in case the earbuds become loose or if you have a small ear. So basically, these extra clips are actually a thoughtful addition because on most of the clip-on earbuds I've actually reviewed, none of them actually came with extra clips, and trust me, this actually is a step above. The next thing we'll be looking at is the design of these earbuds. The Soundcore C40i has a clean and curvy look, and yes, it's all plastic, but trust me, this doesn't feel cheap at all. But I'll have to say, I expected more in terms of materials because the pearlclip Pro actually uses multiple finishes, while the C40i decided to stick to pure plastic. And although it's premium, it will look great if it was, let's say, if it had multiple finishes. The charging case, on the other hand, is actually lightweight and very pocket friendly, but it's still plastic. And for a late 2024 release, I actually expected more premium feel here. But let's just be actually truthful about this and let's be honest. To be honest with you, if you don't feel as if plastic is a problem, this earbud actually looks nice, feels nice, and it's actually lightweight. I'm just skeptical with the fact that it's made out of one material throughout, including the buttons. All is plastic. But if that's not a problem for you, this is a great pick. And for the design of these earbuds, I actually give it a, let's say, 8/10, just because it feels plastic. So for the next thing we'll be looking at is the comfort and fit. Yeah, the grip on the C40i is actually one of the best I've used in a while. I could actually walk around my estate or even go for light runs without them falling off, something the pearlclip Pro could actually boast of. However, after a long time of use, I did feel a little bit of irritation behind my ear, and this is likely from the grip being too tight, which defeats the sole purpose, or let's say the sole purpose of clip-on earbuds, which is actually meant to avoid in-ear discomfort. But still, the fit is secure and durable, perfect for people who go to the gym, runners, cyclists, and let's say the everyday user. Then here is where it beats it all. The fact that they were able and convenient enough to add on extra clips for, extra grip for people who actually have smaller ears, or let's say over time if the AirPods gets, let's say, loose, it's a very great add-on. The clips are actually made of user-friendly plastic. So here is an extra grip. How this goes into the AirPods is that you take the AirPods and you fit this at the extreme end here. So yeah, there is actually an extra grip here right now. So yeah, the extra grip is actually thoughtful of Anker, and trust me, it's a game changer. It's a leap above its competitors. So if you have smaller ears, you can actually go for this and get the extra clips, and it will help you a lot when it comes to the fit and comfort of these earbuds. So for the fit and comfort of these earbuds, I'll give it a 10/10, considering the fact that it's extra tight, and Anker actually considered us for people who have smaller ears. Anker considered. So yeah, we'll give it a 10/10. Next thing we'll be looking at is the sound quality. Okay, here is where things get interesting. Out of the box, the C40i sound didn't impress me. The bass was lacking and it picked up a lot of background noise compared to the Soundpeats pearlclip Pro. But once I jumped into the Soundcore app and switched to the surround sound EQ, the difference was like, let's say, day and night. The sound became fuller and quite more enjoyable. But still, considering this fact that this is a more expensive earbuds than most clip-on earbuds, I expected better default tuning. And also, it only supports the SBC and the AAC codecs, which is the same as cheaper models. And it's quite disappointing because the Soundpeats pearlclip Pro actually had a better sound quality than these earbuds straight out of the box. And I'm actually testing the Reviewsbyzeus earbuds right now, which is way cheaper than these earbuds and it's still better. This earbuds good for around $50, and when it comes to the sound quality, I was quite disappointed. So for the sound quality of these earbuds, I'll actually give it 6/10. If you're not considering sound quality, then it's a go for you. The next thing we're looking at is the key specs of these earbuds, and here's a quick rundown. This earbuds supports the 12mm and 17mm drivers, also comes with AI enhanced microphones for clearer calls, case-free pairing, multi-point connection for two devices, IPX water resistant, splash and sweat proof. Then also comes with Bluetooth 5.0 with low latency. So now let's just do a quick and brief explanation. What you need to know is that the IPX water resistance is just for sweat and, splash proof. You should not go and swim with it. For the Bluetooth 5.0, this is the standard Bluetooth for most earbuds now, and trust me, the low latency on this earbuds is actually quite great. For media playbacks, you'll actually enjoy it. The multi-point connection on this earbud, what this does is that it supports for one or more devices. You could actually pair this with, let's say, two phones. Like me, I have two phones, and trust me, it was great. The next one I'm looking at is the battery life for this earbuds. Now, this is where this earbud shines. Trust me, Anker actually claims for a 7 hours per earbuds battery life and a 24 hours total with the case. And I found this to be quite accurate. I could use these earbuds for, let's say, 3 days straight without charging, even at high volumes. For movies, I did not notice any major battery drop after over an hour of playback. And for clip-on earbuds, this is actually very impressive. So let's say you're the type that does not charge your earbuds. Yeah, like me, I don't charge my earbuds. I tend to forget a lot, and trust me, it's when I'm outside I actually get this problem. This earbud did not flop at all when it comes to the battery life. Trust me, just get the case 100% and you are good to go. You will use this earbuds for a long time because for the duration of 3 weeks, I only charged this for I think 2 times and I use this quite heavily. So yeah, when it comes to the battery life of this earbuds, it's actually very, very impressive. And I'll give it a 10/10. Yes, a 10/10. So the next thing we'll be looking at is the Bluetooth and range. With Bluetooth 5.0, pairing was actually super smooth, faster than the Soundpeats pearlclip Pro. The multi-point connection actually worked flawlessly between my phone and my other phone. The range was quite excellent, and trust me, I could leave my phone in the studio while charging and still enjoy music in the living rooms without interruptions. And on this video, I actually add a practical video to this earbuds, to this video. What I actually did was that when we were recording in the park, I actually left my phone with the person who was in charge of recording, and I actually used these earbuds and walk a distance. The only problem there was that it was not measured, but trust me, it performed way better than the Soundpeats pearlclip Pro and also performed way better than the tozo openearring. So yeah, when it comes to the Bluetooth and range of these earbuds, it was actually quite impressive, and trust me, I'll give it a 10/10. So the next thing I'm looking at is the call and media playback. The AI enhancing mics are some of the best I've actually used on the clip-on earbuds before. Calls were actually crystal clear, and even in slightly noisy environments, the calls actually were okay. For media, there was no lag when I was scrolling on social media, whether it was Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube. Trust me, with Bluetooth 5.4, you're actually getting the best, and you get the best of low latency. So when it comes to the mic and media playback, is actually very, very nice. For calls, you won't have cases where the other person won't hear you on the other end. So what we'll do now is that I'll record a voiceover on my phone and also record with the studio mic. I'll attach this for you to compare and decide if this is a good buy for you. So we are actually recording, and we are recording using the microphone of the Soundcore C40i. So if you can see, this is already recording. So all we need to do now is just talk for 1 minute straight, which is actually a very hard thing to do if you ask me. But we'll do it because now we're already on 22 seconds and it's actually fast. If you ask me, I don't know. I don't know about you, but I think time is actually running fast these days, to be honest with you. Time is running fast. So I will just add this audio on filter to the video and we listen to this audio and also listen to the microphone of my studio, to the audio from the microphone of my studio. And you really want to judge yourself if this is a good buy for you when it comes to call and media feedback content. So we're already on 52 seconds. 6, 7, 8, 9, that's 1 minute. So basically, just add this to the video and you'll be the one to judge. But trust me, when it comes to the mic and media playback, it's actually a 10 over 10 for it. So for the next thing we're looking at is the controls and app. That is the touch controls. In other words, button controls for here. Now, here is where I was a bit confused. The C40i actually has physical buttons on the back of the earbuds, not full touch controls like most modern earbuds these days, but they are pretty responsive. But their placement can be awkward. The good news is that the sounpeats app actually lets you to customize these button functions, which is actually a huge win. The app also allows you to tweak the EQ settings to completely change the sound signature from, let's say, meh to great. So basically, the fact that the button is actually on the bottom part, should I say the bottom part, and it actually goes to the bottom part of your ears does not really sit well with me. Like, why do I have to do this? I have to come and press. I want to pick a call and I'm pressing my ear. It does not really make sense to me, but if this is not a problem for you, the buttons are quite responsive. And for this one, I'll give it the fact that it actually made the sound a little bit better from the app controls. I'll give it a 9 over 10. The next thing we'll be looking at is the price and the value for these earbuds. So yeah, the Soundcore C40i. Considering the fit, battery, and features, the C40i is actually a strong contender, especially if you value grip and secure fit over sound quality. But if bars and richer audio are more important to you, the soundpeats pearlclip Pro is a better option. This still gives you better value for less money. So this usually goes for $50 on AliExpress, and the soundpeats pearlclip Pro actually goes for $35 on AliExpress, which is $15 difference, and that's big money if you ask me. So to me, pick the pearlclip Pro over this. But if you're a fan of Soundcore and you're not an audiophile, you should actually pick this. This will give you more better grip and fit. So for the price, it's actually too much for me if you ask. The next thing I'm looking at is the pros and cons for the Soundcore C40i. So for the pros, you have excellent grip and fit, extra clips, we have a great battery life, strong Bluetooth connection, and range is actually something good. So we have good quality. We also have app equalizer, which can actually improve the sound massively. So for the cons of these earbuds, we have a default sound that is underwhelming. We have slight irritation after long use around your ear, which is the back of your ear. We have an all plastic build. It just doesn't cut it for me. We also have physical buttons instead of full touch controls, and the fact that there's no advanced codec beyond the SBC and the AAC. The next thing we're looking at is the final verdict and conclusion. If sound quality isn't your top priority and you can work with EQ tweaks, the Soundcore C40i is a fantastic choice for sports, workouts, and basically daily use. Its grip is actually unmatched, and the extra clips actually makes it a long-term investment. But if you're an audiophile or you want the best sound out of the box for less money, you might actually consider picking the sounpeats pearlclip Pro or even the tozo openearring. But I don't know about you. Some people are actually fans of Anker, so you can actually go with the Soundcore C40i. So what do you think? Would you actually go for the Soundcore C40i or stick to something cheaper like the pearlclip Pro? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this review helpful, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next review. Thanks for watching. My name is Zeus, and I'll see you on the next one.